Today's video is sponsored by Camel City Mill. They're right down in North Carolina.
So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Going to be a very busy day today. I'm trying to get a bunch of things taken care of before the weather turns. They're calling for some rain later on today. I think some rain the following day, and then maybe a little bit of snow here where we live. But down at the cabin, they're calling for, I think, 4 to 6 inches for Thursday and Friday. We'll see what happens. The first day of deer season down there is the following Monday, so it may be a little white on the ground, which would be kind of nice. I'm just getting back to the house here. Just got a load of stone delivered, and I picked up a few hoses for the excavator. I'll show you what I'm doing there in just a second. Got a nice big old load of 2B limestone. So the 2B limestone, I'm going to use it just about everywhere, really. Down here, it's getting kind of thin when you bring log trucks in here when it's wet. Up in front of the building in the parking area, I have that 2A limestone, which I like. It's getting a little bit slimy when it rains. And then I need some out where we're going to build a little building. What I'm thinking is this. It's obviously that time of year where things are going to be wet and sloppy. But once I get the post holes drilled and the posts set and the holes all backfilled, we'll stone the whole area inside the building and outside the building. It's just going to be 12 by 30, and that way it'll help keep me out of the mud when we're building. Everybody always teases me on how much I despise mud, and there's good reason for that. There is. I worked in the mud for years as a blaster. I mean, where I would go to a car wash on the way home, not for the truck, but to like spray off my pants and my boots, just covered in mud. And I've never been a fan of it. And it's kind of weird. I worked in the mud all those years, and now I do whatever I can not to have to do that. That is much better. The hoses that I had on here, well, let me back up a minute. Right before we left for Colorado, I parked this machine with the auger on it. The thumb bled down over 2 weeks' time. The boom kind of settled out. I broke one of these fittings, so I replaced that fitting. But the hoses that I had with this were almost 3 times as long as these ones that I just got. They're running kind of everywhere, and they were like that because I have a mount for this for the skid loader as well, and I would need much longer hoses. But I think I will primarily run this on the excavator, so I just went and got 2 new hoses. These are 46 inches long instead of probably 9 or 10 feet. I don't know. And what I did, I just kind of kicked these fittings out the side a little bit. I think they'll stay out of the way. Not a bunch of loosey-goosey. Be much better. Nice and neat and clean. I'm going to fire it up and just make sure, you know, that the hoses are long enough no matter how I move the boom or the stick and the auger and all that stuff. I'm sure it's fine. Make sure it doesn't leak. And then we can finally put the bit back on. That's perfect. No leaks. I think they're about the right length. I probably could have went just a little bit shorter, but I wasn't sure. But right now it kind of looks like a big old Hershey Kiss. Just in time as well, because it was supposed to start raining at about 5:30 tonight, and it's starting to rain right now. It's about 10 a.m. Weather guessers. All right, the Huntman and I are on our way back from Sheets. He got himself a nice spicy chicken sandwich. All right, we're heading out. It's going to be very close. If I can get underneath these party lights here. We had these up for the wedding. Oh yeah. I had like an inch to, well, that one there is kind of bouncing off the boom. We made it under that one. This one looks a little lower. Yeah, I don't think. I could take the bid off. Yeah, I could take the bid off, but I don't think these ones are going to clear the cab. So Melissa's going to come out here and try to push up on them a little.
So if you were to ask me, hey Mike, what article of clothing matters most to you? Hands down, the answer would be socks, without a doubt. I put my boots on each day about 5 a.m., normally don't take them off till about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and I'm on my feet probably 80 or 90% of that time. If you take care of your feet, take care of you. Well, I have recently been introduced to the greatest sock that I have ever worn from Camel City Mill. Ironside merino wool work socks. They're beautiful and comfortable. 100% made USA in North Carolina, an American factory and American wool. And get this, they have a 10-year, that's right, 10-year durability guarantee on socks. They wick sweat 35% better than cotton or polyester, and they keep your feet dry and comfortable throughout a 14-hour shift. Bottom line is this, these are a very high quality sock right here and extremely comfortable. If they weren't, I wouldn't be here talking to you about it today. Get 10% off on my favorite work socks from Camel City Mill with code Morgans10.
All right, I got the first post in the ground just in time. It's starting to rain pretty steady, but that was a heavy one right there. That's a pressure treated post, and I know, you know, they're not the same as they used to be, but that post will outlive me, I'm sure. I was going to kind of lay everything out before I started, but I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. Should be pretty easy. I'll get a nice straight line here on the back row. I'll have 4 10-foot posts back here, and then 4 12-foot posts out there. This will have a shed roof on it. And I'm going to do something that I've never done before, and I'm not at all even worried about it. It's going to be so much easier. And that is, I'm not putting any concrete in the holes. I know some people think that's crazy, but the reason I'm not, I watched the guys that built both our building and the big pavilion down below. No concrete in the holes. Now they put like a big concrete cookie on the bottom just for it to sit on something solid. But the last 1.5 feet of each of these holes will be really good hard shale. So I'm not going to do that. And I just don't think I need the concrete. Every post hole that I've ever done for years, I put concrete in it. I don't think I'm going to need it at all. There's going to be a lot of weight sitting on this. And the proof was in that pavilion down below. That thing's like a gigantic sail. You know what I mean? And we had some serious windstorms. But yeah, no concrete. I'm sticking it to the bagged concrete industrial complex on this one. Now, even though I'm not using concrete, I'm going to backfill this thing properly with some good compaction. I'm real close right there. I'm going to kick a little bit in, and then we'll start adjusting, and then I'll tamp it real tight with the flat end of the digging bar. Look how dry that soil is. We've had some rain, but you dig down literally an inch and it's bone dry. It's starting to rain, Melissa.
Yeah, it is. Getting a little wet.
Melissa has a great story for you. Well, great for her because you enjoy scaring people.
I just find it funny. And it was a safe scare. I was, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and I was bringing the dogs out the hallway to let them outside. And off to the side is our kitchen and then a walk-in pantry. For some reason, I'm not sure why, Hunter was up and he was in the pantry coming out of the pantry. And he grabs the fridge door, flings the fridge open, so then there's light.
Because there's no other lights on in the house.
Right, and he sees us. I have 2 dogs, so I'm kind of bent over a little bit. And he screams.
Not like a mad scream, like
oh my
a
gosh,
terrified scream.
Yeah, hilarious. It was hilarious.
And then he took off and went to bed, went back to bed.
I told him, I said, Hunter, I laughed. I said, Hunter, that was funny. You thought I was something scary, scaring you. And then I said, go ahead, go back to bed. Good night.
And he just took off.
Yeah, it was really funny. He had a good day. I think it's good to get up and laugh.
It's not good to get scared.
But it's not good to be mad about it.
That's true. It's starting to rain pretty hard now.
I'm gonna go.
Are you?
Well, I don't want to stand in the rain. So.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. I don't know how you guys do it, but I never put my post up against a string. You know, just a tiny little gap, not even 1/8 of an inch. I have found if you put that post up against the string somewhere across these 4 posts, you'll be pushing on it a little bit and things will get out of whack. So I just try to keep everything about that close right there. This one is plumb perfect. I mean, we're not building a watch here. I did a much better job of cleaning that one out. However, I think I buried my gloves. All right, I got 2 posts set, 6 more to go. This one is nice and plumb. Let's make sure we're the correct distance. Looking for 30 feet. About 30 and a 32nd. It's right at 30 feet. That's perfect. The crew that built the pavilion down at the wood yard, I think they had all the posts set, you know, everything plumbed and ready to go in about 3 hours. Right now it's taking me about an hour and a half for 2. Something else I learned a long time ago when working by myself, clamps are your friend. Use them for everything. So this, what you're looking at, is going to be the back wall. You know, there'll be 4 posts here, and this will be the low side of like a shed roof. So the roof will be something like that, because I'm going to have 12-foot posts on that side. I wanted to have at least a 7-foot wall in the back, but I think I may make it even a little bit higher than that, because, you know, I can put a beam across the top of these. This is the low point right here. Everything falls this way just a little, but this post, yeah, that post right there is just a little over 7 feet out of the ground. So like I said, I could put even a 10-inch beam on there or something, you know, something like that. I have almost 8 feet of clearance in the very back of the roof, if that makes sense. But right now, I need to head back towards the house because Melissa has to run out for a little bit, and I got to stick close to the hunt man. And then tomorrow, if we don't get too much rain, I'll be back out here. Once I get all the posts set, everything gets a lot easier. I can saw the lumber fast on the sawmill, and it won't be that big of a deal, really. I mean, I'm kind of slow at this, but it still shouldn't take too long.